Hi, I am a money guy. My name is Peter Dunn, Pete the Planner, CEO of Your Money Line. And in this video, we're going to take human advice from a human, and we're going to compare it to the advice of artificial intelligence. You call it AI, and let's get started. In this episode, we're talking near retirement. These questions are questions for a person who is nearing retirement. The first question is, can I retire in 5 years? I don't know. You know, if AI doesn't go, I don't know, is it even worth putting your prompt in? Here's what we need to have happen. A, we need to make sure that your retirement income needs are being met by the generated amount of income that's coming to you. If you're below 59 and a half, that means that you need non-qualified assets or some sort of pension or income stream because you're not getting Social Security and you're not getting natural streams off your your qualified assets. It's sort of complicated, but it's important to know retiring prior to 59 and a half without a bunch of money is very difficult without a pension. Beyond that, what expenses will be eliminated within the next 5 years? Will your mortgage be paid off? Because if 25% of your income is going towards a mortgage and the mortgage will be paid off, that means you will need 25% less income than you actually need right now. It's important to know, are there major savings goals? Like your kids going to college, you'll be done saving for their college by the time you retire. Again, another obligation vanquished. So possibly. There's another factor I like to use. It's something called power percentage. It's the amount of money you save on a monthly basis, the amount you invest, and the amount of debt you pay down. You take that and you divide it by your gross monthly income. If that answer is 35% or more, by the time you retire, you're in a good position to retire. If it is not 35% or more, you're not in a good position to retire. There is 0% chance that AI said any of that. But then again, written several books on retirement. AI has written, the entire library on retirement. Okay, current savings, assess how much you saved across retirement accounts. Yeah, but here's the thing. It's not how much you have, it's how much income will be generated off of that. Annual expenses, we covered that. Income sources, you should have started there. Investment growth, yeah, of course you're projecting your investment growth. Retirement duration, okay, this is both true and one of the biggest mistakes people make. It says, estimate how long you'll need money to last, factoring in life expectancy. People are almost always wrong with this. Good financial planning lasts in perpetuity. You cannot retire in 5 years if you need to die within 16 to make the plan work. And then inflation. Inflation is not going up so much in the next 5 years, no matter what you believe, that it's going to impact whether you can retire or not. I also saw debt on there as well. We did talk about debt. I get the win. 1-0, me, baby. Should I pay off my mortgage before retirement? Okay. I have a hot take here. Number one of the factors in figuring out whether you want to pay off your mortgage is what is the interest rate on your mortgage? Like if you have a 2.5% mortgage, you got like a 4% high yield savings account, that the money growing is growing faster than the interest that you have to pay on the mortgage. That's an important thing to know. But here's the real factor. By eliminating your largest monthly expense, you take the pressure off of retirement income. I just believe by the day you retire, your mortgage should be paid off. I'm not actually one of those people that's like, pay off your mortgage as fast as you can. I don't believe that in any capacity. None. I also believe retirement gets wildly more complicated when you carry the burden of 25% or more. For most people, it can go up to 40% of their income, that obligation into retirement. In fact, I believe that the middle class's way that they will retire is not because they'll have a bunch of money, it's because they won't need a bunch of money. And one of the reasons people need a bunch of money is because they take a mortgage into retirement. Okay, AI can't do nothing with that. Let's see what I see here. Should I pay off my mortgage? Cash flow. Eliminating a mortgage reduces monthly expenses, which can make your retirement income go further. I said that. Interest rate, said that. Liquidity. Using a large chunk of savings to pay off your home could limit access to cash for emergency or other needs. True, I did not mention that. I implied it, but did not mention it, so it gets me there. Emotional comfort. I'm not going to dismiss emotional comfort, but can I just say this, having done this for 25 years? Emotional comfort is one of the reasons that people do things that they shouldn't do. And it's always the validation point, which makes the entire idea invalid. Here's an example. We can't afford to go to Disney, but you can't put a price tag on memories. So you go to Disney and it's actually a bad decision. No offense, Disney. Emotional comfort, okay, tax implications. I'll tell you the tax benefits of having a mortgage definitely diminish over time, not worth mentioning. Other debts, prioritizing higher interest rate debts before paying off the low interest mortgage. I disagree because it's unlikely that you're going to capture a bigger payment by those low interest rate debts. Debt doesn't stink because of an interest rate. Debt doesn't stink because of the balance. Debt stinks because whatever the monthly payment is, you don't get to use now or later. You have to throw it towards your past. I win that round. It is, I think I tied last round. Maybe I won the last round too. It's 2-0 me. Should I downsize now or wait? I assume you don't mean your wardrobe. I assume we're talking houses. I don't know. Here's the thing about downsizing a home, which means just getting a smaller home. Most people do something called right size, which is they just get the same size home with different size spaces. Closets are bigger, kitchen's bigger. You don't have all the bedrooms that you raised your family in. And so a downsize doesn't really ever turn into a downsize. The other side of this too is if you have to pay more for the empty nester house, which often happens, then you're subject to the new interest rates. And if the new interest rates are higher than what your old interest rates were, it's not a great idea. Should I downsize now or wait? I'll tell you, I don't think you have to do anything. I mean, I'll go with wait. I'll go with wait because I don't think everyone should downsize. I think it's sort of a false binary. Let's see what AI says. I'm 2-0 so far on this scenario. Current home costs, how much you're spending on maintenance, upkeep, sure. Market conditions, sure. Lifestyle needs, okay. Well, you know what? This is a good point here. Lifestyle or physical needs. Can't get up and down the stairs. You can't take care of the lawn anymore. Good point. Missed that one. Emotional readiness. Again, I get it. And it's real. The comfort and the emotion of all this. This is life. This is money. But I'll tell you, so many mistakes are made under the guise of emotional comfort. Really, you can justify anything with emotional comfort. Anything. This is how you get emotional support monkeys on planes, right? It's like, well, I need the monkey. You don't need the monkey. All right, next up, financial goals. Proceeds from a home sale might help fund retirement, potentially future uncertainty. Consider how your health and mobility might change over time. I'm gonna give them a win there. I spent brain power on the monkey joke and it just gave a good answer. Can I afford to help my adult kids is the next question. Boy, oh boy. Fun fact, back in the day, I used to be on Good Morning America on a series where I helped remove adult children from people's households so that they could start their financial life and the parents could stop supporting them. No, really, that happened. There's tape. I think I had hair back then. I'll say this. Generally speaking, financially supporting adult children has very little to do with money, which is interesting because we're saying financially supporting adult children. There are situations, this is how I prevent nasty comments. There are situations that it is absolutely 100% appropriate for all sorts of non-monetary situations, health-related things like that. Okay, so I am not talking about that. Other than that, I don't love it. I don't love it. Can I afford to help my adult kids? Well, the answer is probably not. Unless you have copious amounts of money, probably not. And I will say beyond that, when you're not here and they still need help, then they've created a dependency, or you've created a dependency on you and you're not there to help. So I'm going hard line in the sand. AI is going to give you, well, it depends. I'm going hard line no, unless there's, again, a very obvious physical or mental situation in which the person needs to get involved. Because if your financial help, the type of help, boundaries, impact and goals, alternative support. Hey, I've quite literally done this on national television. I've written about this for years. I'm right. I win 3-1 on this. Okay, look, if you want to get financial advice from AI, just know that it doesn't show you some of the life implications that can exist. Sure, it will occasionally bring up emotional comfort, but that can also lead to a lot of mistakes. This is why you need to talk to financial experts who have done this, well, more than AI has. Anyway, I'm Peter Dunn, CEO of Your Money Line, and this is AI versus the Money Guy.